Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new action drama Supercell. And this is a storm chaser film focusing on a teenage boy who's trying to follow in the footsteps of his legendary father, storm chaser Bill Brody. And he winds up defying his mother, going out to Texas, catching up with former colleagues of his father, and going out chasing some storms, and things, get dangerous. And this is from director Herbert James Winterstern. What a name. And this film feels very much like it's going for a Spielberg feel. Very much so. The music, 100%. The composer, specifically Corey Wallace, is definitely channeling John Williams here. And is really trying to go for that wonder and majesty of the adventure. And a lot of the times, I think it accomplishes it. There are certain things that I think draw it back. In general, and my wife's super into storm chasing. She really loves this kind of stuff. And I think for the most part, she was pretty happy. And then it gets into the third act, where it starts getting really illogical for the sake of oh my god, crazy storms! And somebody in the cast pulling Kevin Costner from Man of Steel, who's just basically no, whisked away. But this time, just imagine if Kevin Costner screamed at the storm and they got whisked away in very horrible visual effects kind of way. And you're just probably not the best choice. But he died a hero. Went out trying to save other people. And then there's a couple other things in the height of some of these storms that are so unbelievable that it's just a little bit eye-rolling, to be perfectly frank. But I do think this is a really solid and enjoyable, Spielberg light kind of adventure. It has that sense of wonder. And this young man, played by Daniel Diemer, I think he does a fine job. And he really captures the wide-eye innocence of somebody who's really into this and has yet to really experience what it's really like. And you do have some strong supporting turns. Anne Hesh, in one of her last roles, rest in peace, wound up playing his mother, and I think she does a fine job. You have the Jordan Christine Seaman, who plays Harper, who's his best friend, and maybe a little bit more. I like their dynamic. I think they're sweet. She does feel a little bit like an extra piece for most of the film, just kind of tagging along. You do have Skeet Ulrich, who plays Roy, the former colleague of his dad. And I think Ulrich does a really fine job here. And seeing as the only main thing that I really know him from is being Billy Loomis in Scream, I think he does a real fine job here. And Alec Baldwin was in a movie here, and I think he's charismatic, he's slimy, he plays the role well. He's more of a profiteer than an investigator and a real storm chaser, and he kind of has that John Hammond type reckless abandon for money kind of feel to him, and he plays it well. This film does feel a little cheesy and hokey at times. It does really push your boundaries of suspending your disbelief. But in general, I think it's a fine little film that has some surprisingly beautiful effects at times and really captures the wonder of storms and the forces of Mother Nature. But those are my thoughts on Supercell. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.